Hello, it's Wolf Daddy, and I am back in the kitchen. Remember, it's wolfdaddy.dog if you want to find my website that I just started building. And thank you for joining me wherever you might be joining me. And if you hit a little clickety of fingernails, it's just my two little dogs walking on the tile. Everybody else seems to be laying down. So I read this morning on one of the pet food magazines I have online that there has there's been just not only a toilet paper shortage, but a dog food shortage. And it's not due to the lack of the fact that our government did say that dog food is an essential thing and that dog food workers are allowed to go to work. It's just that people are very paranoid. Staffing is low, shipping is getting slower, so it's all those sort of factors. So for sure, dog food supplies are getting low in stores, but don't panic yet. Be sure that you do get the highest quality dog food you can when you go to the store to buy it. It's going to last longer, be healthier for your dog because you'll be feeding less. It'll last longer. So if you do find yourself in the stores and there's not much selection, be sure to pick the one that has the highest value of nutrition. Let's try to get things that have meat first in the ingredients and try to avoid the soy proteins if you can. And that's just going to be, you're going to be feeding your dog a higher quality of food likely, and that means you can feed a little bit less. Now I just went to the store and they had virtually nothing. And I was able to get a 20-pound bag of dog food for $25, so that's more than $1 a pound. And I like paying just around $1 a pound for my dog food, and I want to make sure it always has meat as the first ingredient. This particular one has chicken, but nonetheless, it's not the optimal food that I wanted for my dog. So as usual, I am making some gravy. Going to make some kibble enhancer. Now it's not going to happen today. Because let me show you. I've got this big boy that I'm going to be putting in the crock pot in just a few moments, and it's got its bone in. It's a pork roast, and it's as you can see, it's really nice and fatty, and it's got the bone inside, so it's going to provide me and my dogs so it's going to provide me and my dogs probably 4 meals, 5 dogs, 1 dude, about 4 meals. Lots of broth, so I'll have some meat broth / bone broth, and that's going to be great, high in collagen. So I'm going to be putting this in the crock pot and putting it on for 10 hours. So tomorrow, probably around noon, we will begin our feast. And I'll separate some of the bone and meat broth for my dogs and some for myself. Definitely will share that. And then I'll show you also how I make some gravies, but that'll be for tomorrow. But anyway, let's go ahead and let me just show you what I've done. I've simply filled my crock pot. I put some spices and some salt in the crock pot and have added some water. Next, I'm just going to add my big old pork roast gently so I don't splash things out. Hopefully I got the right amount of water. Indeed I did. I'll just put the lid on and then just select and make it go to 10 hours. So there we go. Simple enough for now. Tomorrow I'll finish up this video and we'll make some gravies out of it, show you what I do to enhance the kibble. So I call that kibble enhancer. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me for this halfway. And I don't have any profound, incredible wisdom to impart on you, so I won't make you suffer with that. But I do want to encourage you to spend as much time having fun with your dog. There's been so many incredibly creative people on the social media doing wacky things to occupy their time, and fun dog stuff, fun cat stuff as usual, but just a lot of crazy human stuff. But fortunately for me, I live in the woods, so going outside and having good time with my dogs is something very simple and easy to do at any given time. And so I want you to stay indoors, stay safe, and get out as little as possible. Get as much foodstuffs that you can that are high in nutrition for you and your dogs, not foods that are going to quickly rot, like some fruits and vegetables, especially here in New Mexico. I mean, you buy some fruit and it's already going bad by the time you get it home. So last time I was in the store, there was virtually no meat, so I ended up having to get. I was actually the last thing on the shelf was this big pork roast. So I definitely snagged that. I tried buying a couple steaks; they wouldn't let me buy two. I was able to buy some pre-made ground beef patties, but no other ground beef, no beef liver, no beef heart, virtually no beef at all in the store. So it's getting scarce out there. It's getting a little scary, but let's be patient. Let's be vigilant with our health habits and stay out of the stores as much as possible. And I love you all. Stay safe, and I'll catch you on the flip side of this pork roast.